What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan Pauly, and this is Think Well, the show designed to help you think well by exposing you to Christian thinkers and addressing some of the most challenging apologetic and cultural issues from a biblical perspective. Well, something crazy happened to me last week. You know those times where that just something completely unexpected kind of shows up out of the blue? Well, that's what happened to me last week, and I want to tell you about it. But before I do, I want to give you a little bit of context. You see, I've been doing kind of apologetics ministry since 2015. It started as a simple blog where I would write some articles based on conversations I had at a coffee shop. Coffee House Questions is what I titled it. That led to a podcast in 2016 and YouTube in 2018. Now, during that time, I have been able to produce about 350 videos on YouTube. There's over 250 podcasts addressing, like I said, some of the most challenging objections and questions and issues facing Christians today. And I've loved doing this. And throughout this time, I've had people support this ministry. You know, things cost money. Streaming software costs money, and the time, and then buying the books to do interviews and all that kind of stuff. And so if you've been a part of this show for some time, you've noticed that I kind of just mention at the end of the show, hey, if you want to support, here's the way to do it. Haven't done really intentional fundraising. Well, things are kind of starting to change, and here's where the unexpected surprise comes in. Starting in 2023, I'm entering into the kind of the first year of the official Think Well ministry. Think Well was founded in June of 2021. Just kidding, 22. And in 2023 will be the first kind of full official year of this ministry. And I have some plans now that we are kind of an official ministry versus me just doing some kind of fun things on the side. I have some plans to kind of grow and expand. And one of my generous donors wanted to help this growth and expansion by encouraging more people to give. And so last week, out of the blue, I received a text message saying that they wanted to offer a matching challenge of $5,000. So from December 14 through December 31, this donor is going to be matching every single donation that comes in up to $5,000. Now, this is huge. I was blown away. I was shocked. I was speechless. I was like, wow, I was not expecting this. I also wasn't expecting to do really much fundraising at the end of the year like a lot of ministries do. And I definitely wasn't planning a matching challenge like a lot of ministries do as well. But when someone offers you a $5,000 matching challenge, well, I thought to myself, it's time to get to work and it's time to do some things. So I've been making phone calls. I've been trying to create some content and make people aware. And so here I am on YouTube, on podcast, trying to also let you know about this challenge. So if you are not kind of fully aware, let me just mention really quickly how this ministry kind of operates. If you're watching this or you're listening on podcasts, you're getting kind of one aspect of this ministry, right? The show that I produce trying to address these issues. Like I said, 350 YouTube videos, about 250 podcasts have gone out to try to do this. And that is what you are seeing here. Along with this, though, is I have speaking events at churches, conferences, youth groups, and schools around the country trying to help larger groups, mostly high school students. I've gone as low as third grade and all the way up to as adults, but mostly focusing on students and helping equip them to then defend the faith and go out and engage this culture well when they get off into college and into the working world. Now, one kind of new aspect that I'm really excited about with this ministry is kind of like a one-on-one conversations. Not only have students been kind of messaging me on Instagram and different social media accounts, kind of asking questions, and I respond. And sometimes I create videos on their response. Other times I just message them back. But I've also started, Zoom calls and phone calls with students, kind of working through their challenges, working through the objections that they've had, that they've heard, and trying to, again, kind of get this one-on-one attention to students. I love doing this. It's so much fun, and it's such an encouragement to be able to have these sort of intentional conversations, building up the faith of students. And so I've seen throughout the time speaking at events and through these phone calls and through these answering questions, students kind of be able to be rest assured, knowing that there are answers to their doubts and objections and questions. I've seen students come to faith after they've had all their objections and issues with Christianity addressed, and they realize this really is true, and they come to know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. And there is nothing better than being able to do these things. And I'm excited because also, along with all of this, I'm moving into a time of furthering my education. I have started my doctorate. Just on the shelf behind me is a very large stack of books that I have to read between now and April, moving towards my Doctor of Ministry in engaging mind and culture. So I love trying to help engage your minds to then help you go out and engage the culture. And I hope that this further education will further equip me to be able to do this work, to train you and equip you for evangelism and cultural engagement so you can stand firm for the Christian truth in this modern age that we are living in. So with all of that, if you have been blessed by this ministry, if you have received something from me, or even if you just see this as a valuable ministry for the church and you want to help this ministry grow, expand, continue to produce content, and reach people with the gospel of Jesus Christ and a thoughtful Christianity, I would so greatly appreciate it and love if you helped me reach this matching challenge. Help us reach and max out this super cool opportunity of $5,000 before the end of the year. If you want to receive some kind of more frequent updates on this, I've been posting on social media that you can kind of see how this challenge is going. At the bottom here, if you're watching on YouTube, you can go to think-well.org/donate. And on that page gives you 3 different ways in which you can contribute towards this challenge and help us reach that goal as well. Now, as I sign off with this time, I would just, again, I'd love for you to prayerfully considering partnering with us in this way and becoming a financial partner of Think Well. But I also want to give you some more content. And so this is going to be the last video and the last podcast before Christmas. So I wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope that you have a wonderful time. But right now, the plan is in the week between Christmas and New Year's to have one interview on the divine hiddenness argument on how people are rejecting God because he just doesn't seem like he's revealed himself to us. And then there will be an end of the year Q&A to kind of give a final update as well as answer your final questions. So I'd love if you started sending in those questions. You can do so at info@think-well.org or ryan@think-well.org. You can on any social media at Ryan Pauly 3 on Facebook. I would love to get your questions and be able to have that Q&A. And my plan is to kind of go back to doing those live call-in Q&As as well. So be on the lookout on YouTube for when that is posted, on when that goes live, and to be able to call in with your questions, anything that you want to mention here as we close out 2022. So with that, prayerfully consider this matching challenge, $5,000, cool opportunity that has just popped up out of nowhere within the last week, and help us hit that goal. And I hope that this ministry has blessed you this year. Hopefully some interviews have been encouraging to you, and I'm excited to move forward in 2023 and still producing content to help you think well and engage the culture well. With that, God bless. Merry Christmas. Have a happy, wonderful rest of your year. And I'll see you all later.